Hello.
Hey there.
How you doing, big girl?
I'm doing all right there. I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap right about now.
A nap? You can ready to go on vacation, girl. You get ready to go on vacation. This is the wind down moment. You got what? You got 4 days.
Man, look, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get ready to wind down. Man, they finally got me managing a project at work, and
Okay.
I've just been super busy. Like I've never had to think about, you know, the job at all when I went on vacation. So for the first time in my life, I'm thinking about, all right, let me make sure I leave everything in order, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. 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 That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's
Hey,
good.
family.
Who's that? Who's that? Al? What's up, cuz?
Hey, the best cousin ever.
And this is true. This is true.
Everybody good?
Yeah, we all good. We all good.
Just got a late dinner we cooking.
Man, I'm ready for my nap. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm about to do when I finish up this doggone call. That's why I had to
Cheryl,
make sure
al-
I got it in early. Because,
Cheryl already asleep.
well, look, let me see. I didn't have a lot I needed to go over with everybody today. I just really wanted to make sure I took some time out, to touch base with everybody to make sure everybody was good. You didn't have any questions, anything like that. Um, but the main thing, let's see, let me go through my little list of things I want to address here. Flights. So we should be checking in on Thursday. I'm trying to turn my other phone off. Yeah, okay. Everyone should be checking in on Thursday. My folks coming out of the DMV area, y'all have an early flight. So around about 5 a.m. on Thursday, you should be able to check in. And then for everybody coming out of Atlanta, it's going to be around about that 11 a.m. mark. We should be able to start checking in. Um, Everybody in Atlanta, we purchased our own flights. I mean, not we purchased our own flights. We had to purchase our bags separately. Al, you got your bags purchased already? Okay, all right.
Yes.
So that's just what I just wanted to clear. I think you were the only one I had a question on because the price on those bags will go up on the day we check in. So if
Yeah.
anybody want additional bags, you want to go ahead and do that before check-in day because they're going to up the prices again. So everybody should be good. In order to check in, all you're going to need is your little confirmation number. If you don't have that, you can just shoot me a text or a message and I can send that to you. I think I have the code for most of y'all, unless you booked your flight completely on your own. But you just want to plug in that confirmation code and your last name, and that should come up in the Frontier app. If you don't have the Frontier app, you can just go to their website and do the same thing, look up your flight and check in that way. Once you check in, you should see your boarding pass. Take a picture of it, a little screenshot of it with your phone. Because a lot of times when you get to the airport, sometimes you don't have good Wi Fi connection and you can have trouble trying to pull that boarding pass up. So if you have a photo of it, the Wi Fi doesn't matter. So some of my folks, I'll be checking in for you, like my dad. I'm gonna check in for you, Dad, and I will take a picture
The
of
slow
you.
one. The slow one. Okay.
No, not just you. I'm gonna check in for my mama too. Your friend that's coming with her, I'm gonna check in for them too. So some of y'all get a little VIP service. So I
All
will
right.
check
So
in for
Ty,
you. And
Ty,
yes,
Ty.
Dad.
I don't have to do nothing Thursday, right?
You don't have to do nothing Thursday. I'm gonna take care of that for you on Thursday. So if Mama and Miss Sylvia is on here right now, I'm taking care of that for y'all. But for everybody else, check in, take a picture of your boarding pass so you have that in your phone. Make sure you have your passports with you on traveling day. We don't want to
Oh
make it to
yes.
the airport and not have our passports. Make sure we have our passports with us. Also, you will need to verify your passport information when you check in. Now, they'll let you do that a couple days early. I think on Tuesday, you should be able to go into the app or go in online and put in your passport information. So you'll need your passport in front of you because they're going to want to know your passport number, the expiration date, a couple different things. So because it's an international flight, there go my husband.
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up, cuz?
How you be?
I'm doing well, man. How you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, so y'all can all go in there and verify your passport information, okay? When
That works.
once you go to the airport, everybody that has a carry-on bag, that should be everybody from the DMV area. All of y'all should have carry-on bags. I think Shonda might have a check bag as well. I can't remember, but well, she got the option for one. But I think everybody else has carry-on bags. So that means if you have your, you've done everything in your app and you got your boarding pass, you should be able to go straight onto your security area and go for check-in. If you have to check a bag, you're going to have to stop at that kiosk first, put in your confirmation, and print out your little ticket to put on your check bag. So that's my Atlanta folks, because most of us, we did check bags. So we got to make that stop first, and then we can proceed on to check-in. So that's the flights. Once we arrive, let's see, the people that are not going to be with us, I don't see them on here. My cousin LaShawn, and I have a friend that's coming from Maryland. They're not going to be on the same flight. So they won't be arriving at the same time. Everybody else, we're all going to arrive together. So as far as like airport transfers, you don't even have to worry about the details of that because you'll have me there and I'll take care of everything for us. So you don't have to worry about what your airport transfer situation is because I'll take care of all of that because we'll be together.
I think we get there about 10 minutes before you all, Tasha.
No, we all together. You on the same flight with us.
We are. I thought
Yeah,
they told us 10:55.
they like
Okay.
to change times. They like to change
Okay.
times, but it's the same flight. Yeah, so we're
Hey,
all together.
we
And
good.
on that note, if you see changes, the airlines love to do this mess. This the week before the trip. They love to start saying, "Oh, your flight's been adjusted. Your flight's changed." As far as like the transfers and whatnot goes, they track that. Once I give them flight numbers, they track that as well. So they know if our flights have been changed or adjusted. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
That's already, being taken care of and tracked. So we're good on that front. Arrive to the airport 3 hours early. That's the rule for international travel. Now I know
Mm-hmm.
things typically aren't that bad up in the DMV area as it is down here in Atlanta. Atlanta is crazy. And
Yes.
in Atlanta, man, y'all better be in there 3 hours early. I don't want
Oh
to hear
yeah.
no phone calls about somebody that missed their flight because yeah, later than that. It's a holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend, y'all. It's best to be at that airport early and have a little sitting time than be trying to run through that airport and miss your flight, because we on Frontier, all right? This is a budget airline, okay? So all the accommodations and customer service that you might be used to when you find good old Delta or somebody else, this ain't it. This ain't it. So we want to make sure we doing our due diligence and we following the rules because they do not care. They tell us to take our butts on somewhere else and figure it out. So let's make sure we on time and we got our bags the right size. So
Hey, Tosh,
yes, sir.
what time our flight in
Well, okay, so yeah, y'all got a 5 a.m. flight, don't y'all? Close to 6, I believe it is. Where's my phone at here? Let me look at y'all real quick. 5:15. So
5:15.
yeah, so with a 5:15 flight, and see, I don't even want to go on the record saying this. I think 2 hours really would be sufficient for y'all because y'all doing like a first flight of the day, and I've gone out of that area enough times to know that y'all really, I don't see y'all needing to be there 3 hours early. I think 2 hours would be sufficient, but 2 hours, the 2 hour mark, you should have boots on the ground in that airport at that kiosk or, heading to the security, inside the airport at that 2 hour before mark, you know. Um, so that's what I would say because I know y'all have a really early flight. So yeah.
Man, I gotta get started at 12 o'clock at night.
Let's pull up and go to sleep and set an alarm to just get up and go in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's our flights. Talking about holiday weekend. The resort was sold out. Now, they might have had some vacancies or whatnot open up. So, what I like to say that is that, pack your patience, okay? I always like to remind folks when we go into these different Caribbean locations, their culture is totally different. They on island time, they ain't in a rush, okay? And getting mad and getting frustrated don't make them move no faster. So, pack your smile, pack your patience. Um, Rooms, I think for most of us, rooms probably will be available by the time we get there. Because we're getting that close to check-in time. I have 4 people that will be arriving earlier around noonish. So you may or may not luck up and get your room early. If they don't have your room available early, just go ahead. You can check your bags right there at the front desk. You can go eat, relax, do whatever you want to do until your room gets ready. You have access to the resort prior to checking in. So don't stress if rooms aren't ready immediately when we get there. I just want to set realistic expectations with that. Um, Also, room requests are not guaranteed, okay? And when I say room requests, I mean like bed requests. So unless you have a room that specifically comes, like for instance, family rooms, they came with bunk beds and a king bed. That's the only way they come. The luxury rooms, they come with either a king or 2 queen beds. So I requested what everybody's preference was, and typically they honor those requests, but it's always based on availability. So I just always like to always set that expectation as well. So it is possible, it's always possible that they can't honor their requests, but those requests have been placed. All right. Lastly, next to last, apps. So apps that you should have. Um, Frontier app, I like to have that because if they change gates, like I'm telling you to take a picture of your boarding pass, when you check in, but your gate may change. Okay, so it might have, gate C8 on it when you check in, but when it comes time to get to the airport, you might be at gate A12 now. So you always double check your gate when you get there at the airport. But if you have the app, you can always pull your app up and verify that the gate hasn't changed. I like for folks to have the Frontier app on your phone because they'll notify you if there's been any changes. The other app I want that you should have is the Royalton app. So Royalton is the name of the resort that we're going to. You want to download that app because that's the app that you'll use to make restaurant reservations, and they also have an activities calendar on there. So if you're interested to know like all the different activities they have going on during the day and night and different things like that, they have a detailed schedule on there for every day. So you'll find that on there. The other app I would do is WhatsApp. And that's an app that allows you to make text and phone calls using Wi-Fi. So that means, say you don't want to worry about no long distance charges, no roaming, none of that. What you can do is leave your phone in airplane mode, and then you can use your WhatsApp whenever you have Wi-Fi available. So like on the resort. The resort does have Wi-Fi. I mean, I've read the reviews. They have good reviews as far as the coverage internet there. So there is Wi-Fi on the resort. So if you don't want to use your phone plan, just leave your phone on airplane mode and utilize WhatsApp. I often communicate through Facebook Messenger. I'm a Facebook person. So I like to use the Messenger. So I can make Facebook calls, I can send Facebook messages, and not have to use my phone service, just using the Wi-Fi. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of those options. And if you do want to use your phone, if you do want to have access to that and not worry about it, contact your phone service provider and let them know you're traveling to the DR and see what type of options they have. Most of them have some kind of like global pass or something like that. And I know for me on mine, it's like $10 a day, and it's pretty much unlimited calls and a certain amount of data that I get. So just check with your phone service provider before you go, because you don't want to get hit with a crazy phone bill. All right. And lastly, the boat trip. The boat trip is on Sunday. I did talk about like what to bring for that already. We should be getting picked up from the resort around 10 a.m. on Sunday, and we should be returning around 3 p.m. roughly on that day. So just to give you an idea in case folks want to make other plans to do other things. And we will have lunch on the boat during that trip. Otherwise, I have not planned any other events. You are open to plan any other stuff you want to do, however you want to do it, or plan nothing. Like I probably plan to do not much else but relax. But they do have vendors at the resort. So if you want to go on different excursions, if you're interested in going to some of the clubs, they have a big party scene there in Punta Cana. They will have vendors like in the pool area and different places like that, selling tickets that include transportation and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, it's plenty of options once we get there. But I think that's my spiel. Anybody have questions?
One question. What night is we doing the you say the all white? Cheryl talking about the all white. I
Okay,
forgot
so
about
the white party is, I believe that's Monday night. Yeah, our last
Monday
night
night.
there. Monday night.
Okay.
And let me clarify, because I had my mother-in-law, packing her Sunday best for the white party. She had misunderstood,
Don't
this
talk about
is
me. I am on the live. Don't talk about me.
her Sunday best ready to go. This a beach party, like beach resort party. I mean, if you can dress up, by all means you can, but you can come in your shorts and your tank top. You can, whatever you want to do. And if you don't want to wear white at all, you can wear what you want to wear. They're not going to not let you in, but if you want to participate in a little theme, feel free to do that. So it's not a must do, none of that. So it's just a little fun event if you want to partake in it. But yeah, Mama, you don't have to break out that Sunday best, girl. We gonna be
You probably gonna hate it. You told me that when I wear what I got prepared.
I'm gonna wear my white church shoes. I'm bringing my church shoes.
Don't bring. I'm gonna bring my church dress.
I don't care what nobody else wears. I have my swimming trunks and my church shoes on.
Yeah, man.
That's a winning combination.
Yeah, man, we had to get a picture of that one.
Goodness. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I wanted? Anything? I think that's it. I talked about like the little pool floats. Make sure you bring your little cheap little pool floats. Go to the dollar store and get some of those if you plan on hanging out in the pool. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all. Yeah. So look, my husband said it's snorkeling on the boat. So you do have the option to snorkel when we out on the boat trip. It's not required or nothing. There's no additional cost or anything like that, but we will make a stop on the boat trip where we can snorkel. Oh, did I say something about bringing small bills for tips? So, okay. So, bring your ones, bring your singles, okay? Because you want to have a couple dollars, for your drivers. So when they pick us up from the airport, when they pick us up to take us to the airport, when they pick us up to take us on the boat trip. They gonna want a gratitude on the boat.
Okay.
People are always looking for a little gratitude. So a little bit goes a long way. If you're a big drinker, if you enjoy your drinks or whatnot, throw them $1, every other drink or so, to your bartenders and whatnot. A couple dollars for your housekeeper or whatnot, or your person that come to refill your thing. Because I like to let folks know ahead of time so you're not surprised by that. Sometimes they can, be aggressive with the requesting their gratitude if you just not voluntarily giving it to them. So I figure I'd be upfront and let y'all know, a lot of the islands, that's how they survive. So they rely on those gratuities. So I would keep, some small bills on hand for that. And you don't have to convert any money, just some singles and American money is fine. But I think that's the main thing. Any other questions?
When I
I'm
get
ready to go.
drink, I'm ready. When I get my first drink, Jesus turned into wine.
No, that's right.
Look, he
Oh,
like
that's Tasha Daddy. That's your daddy, Tasha. That's your daddy talking, Tasha.
yeah,
My
that's
brother talking right there.
Hey, I don't drink, but I might drink one with you.
another little beverage in moderation.
There you go.
Looking forward to seeing all of y'all. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready to start planning the next one. I don't have a next trip planned yet. Been too busy trying to pay bills.
I know that's right.
Ain't nobody, you planning on weddings, you don't be thinking about all the costs that come with it when you go with it.
Mm-mm.
I thought we was going to Thailand in December.
I wanna go. The flights was crazy though. The flights was crazy. The flights was $2,000.
How much?
Man. Them Thailand flights. Them
2,000.
Thailand, they were 2,000 a piece. Each. Yeah, they was
Janaya.
they was high. But I'm working on that because that is definitely that's really where I want to go. Like I got a couple people like, see, I ain't had nobody ask me about Thailand so often. My dad tapped in on that when he ready to go.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about that one, dreaming about that one.
Me too. I'm afraid I'm gonna go. My husband ain't gonna be able to get me to get on that plane to go back home. I'm like, come on, baby, can't we just stay?
How long is that flight? Cause I know I ain't finna volunteer for no Thailand.
Mama, I'm gonna get you on board. I'm gonna get you on board. Once you get over that flight, man, I'm gonna get your
No.
son there first. I'm gonna get your son
Get
there
my
first.
what?
I'm gonna get your son over there first. Then we're gonna work on you next.
No, I ain't going that far. I bet if it's already 2 hours for me to get to wherever I'm going this week, I know if it's 2 hours, I know it got to be further than that. No,
Just a little bit, just a tiny bit longer.
It's just an hour or two more.
no.
Too bad. Too
You
Hey,
bad.
Auntie. Hey,
You
Auntie,
take
just an hour and a half more.
you can take me on a cruise. I ain't going nowhere else like that.
Now listen, y'all. That's what I'm trying to do for the family trip next year. So 2026. We had a I had a grandbaby. We got my cousin Briche just had a baby. We got another one. Malaysia baby due next month. So I wanted to do something for our next family trip that would be a little more cost effective. Something where folks ain't gotta buy flights. They can possibly drive to the port. They don't have to have a passport. So I'm trying to make it more cost effective.
Thank you.
get them
Thank
little
you.
people out. Yeah,
Thank you.
Like that
Thank
out
you.
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I ride on 4 wheels, baby, on the
Yeah, I
pavement.
know, and I know my folks up in Maryland, they're hopping that car too. So you know what,
Yeah.
they're hopping that car. So I think if we take the flights
Whitney.
out of it, we can, make it so that more people can
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
participate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. I had to make sure y'all got some use out of them passports now. I had a lot of folks go get their passports just to come to our wedding. So,
That's
I had to
okay.
make sure I had y'all put some use
It's
in with
all
them
right,
now.
baby. It's all right.
She said that's
It's
okay.
all right. Yeah, it's all right, baby.
Yeah, but
It's
yeah,
like
that's coming. That's coming. We're going to do that next year. I want to see these little babies. All these
Yeah.
new little babies in the family.
Well, why
Yeah.
she wait to text?
There go my cousin. Oh, I hear my sweet girl just popped in.
Who that?
What happened, Trees?
Not Trees, that sound like Kaya.
No, that's
Oh yeah, that was me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Kaya.
Oh,
Kaya. Yeah, but I think that's what else? What else I got? I don't have nothing else. I think I'm good. I just wanted to make sure y'all was good. Make sure y'all didn't have no questions. No.
I'm
Look,
just ready.
I had a couple folks that ain't never traveled with me before, but I don't even see them on here. I wanted them to know who I am, put a face with who this lady is they've been texting and talking to. Did I
All
not?
right,
All right,
I'm
Tosh.
good.
All
All right.
right.
Okay.
Well, look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I love y'all. If you have any questions, reach out to me,
Yeah.
and I will see
I just
everybody in
love.
Punta Cana Friday.
Love you too. I think we missed most of the info, but I'll hit
I
you up.
recorded it.
Okay.
And you a veteran
I'll look at
anyway,
it.
Kay. And you know you my veteran girl.
I know.
All right, love y'all.
Love you too,
Love
baby.
you
Hey,
too,
All
all right,
baby.
right.
Tosh.
Love
Bye.
you.
Oh, you too, Auntie.
All right, baby.
All right.
What's up?
you even got Eli on here.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
got
know
my
that's right.
baby
And
on
you paying
there.
on it every week.
Lord is good.